Hi, I'm Berger from the beautiful Palms Trading Company here in rainy Albuquerque, New Mexico. Believe it or not, we've been getting some rain most of the day, and it's really unusual for us because it didn't happen very often. But anyway, today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Acoma Pueblo pottery. Acoma has a long history of pottery making where the women used to go and gather water with their pots. Make pots for cooking, etc. We do have a couple of old examples here. I do have examples both of handmade pottery, old pottery, and new pottery that has designs on it, but the pots are ceramic, which means they're molded pots. The clay is poured in a rubber mold and then painted or carved. It's quite a long, drawn-out process, and when people ask, well, how come this pot is so much? Well, there's a ton of work that goes into a handmade Acoma pot. First they have to gather the clay, then they have to dry it out, then they have to pound it out into a powdery substance and sift it to make sure there's no foreign substances like rocks or pumice inside the clay, because if there is, during the firing, that pot will pop. And I have an example of that for you right here. This is an older pot that probably had a rock in it, and the whole side of the bottom of this pot has come apart because there was probably something in there that expanded when the pot was fired. It can also happen later on in the process when if the clay hasn't been sifted properly, we will get something that we call spalling or pitting on the pot because very fine pieces of pumice or rock hadn't been sifted out of the clay, and it will actually make little marks like the pot had been shot with a shotgun, and that'll be all white, and it kind of ruins the finish of the pot. I do have an example of ceramic pottery, which is a molded pot. This one is by Manuel Martinez, a very good painter. Some potters can't make pots worth a darn, but they're really, really good painters, so they do their work on ceramic pots. We have a couple of more examples here I'll show you. This is a simpler example with a more broad pattern, very geometric in style. We do have some feathers here, and anytime you see fine line, it signifies rain. There's another way that they do the pottery, and this one's by Anthony Concho, but this one is painted black, and then it's actually carved out, and he uses an X-Acto knife or a blade to cut the design out. And you can see some Kachina figurines here, some fetish bears, some more Kachinas, and then a night sky with stars and whatnot. So that's some of the design work. The smallest one here is an actual ceramic pot, but it's fired, and then horsehair is dropped onto the finish, and the horsehair burns onto the finish and comes out looking a little bit marbled. And then this design is also cut out. This is called a friendship design with all the people holding hands. We do have some more modern examples of pottery. This is done by Paula Bayo, and I don't know where she comes up with these designs, but some of them are just magnificent, and all of them are a little bit different. This one has a red background with swirling black lines. A beautiful piece. Here's a little bit larger one of a more geometric black and white. These are very popular. They don't stay in the store very long. And then one more with some diamonds in red and black, with the interior being white. Just magnificent. Great potting. The pot is very light, very thin walled, another characteristic of Acoma pottery. And we have two more well-known potters here. Also, this beautiful pot with the fine line diamonds is done by Kathy Victorino. This is also a handmade pot, and it is a skill in itself to build a large Acoma pot without the sides caving in. It has to be done just level by level and letting each level dry. The other pot I have here is by Debbie Brown. She is one of the best painters that we have. All the lines are clean and sharp, the colors are good, and the shape of the pot and the walls of the pot are just very thin and magnificent. I'm going to give you one more tip, and I'll let you go. If you have a pot and you can tap it, and you can hear that ring, that means there's no cracks. If you grab the pot and you tap it and it sounds like that, there's probably a crack somewhere in that pot. So anytime you're looking for a pot or you have some in your own collection, try that out, and if it rings, it's not cracked. I hope those tips help you today, and we'll look forward to seeing you here either on palmstrading.com or here in our store. Thanks a lot.